Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with a very special reaction. This time we're going to be doing a reaction to Gunna, his brand new project, sophomore album, WUNNA. 18 tracks, 50 minutes long right here. The first track is going to be Argentina. I do like the cover art. I want to see how this is going to be. Of course, we know Young Thug and Gunna sound great on a track. The combination is always very, very good. Roddy Ricch, the track he has right here with Roddy Ricch, I definitely want to listen to that and to the Lil Baby track. But before we get to the track, let's listen to today's paid promotion. Thank you for supporting the channel.
You was my light, now you my darkness. Never had the time, you just a party. Look what you done, look what you started. You was my light, now you my darkness.
Alright, so that was Anechoic Birds, Darkness. Links will be down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get right here to this Gunna album, man.
Okay, me we was a whole Argentina and California. Swerving around these toys. Stack a lot of fun, diamond on my thumb, make a pussy come. Y'all be chasing that cloud for a bus. These pussy don't talk to my niggas, cause they know we get the business done. I got 100,000 in my pocket, little nigga, I got it out the swamp. I just hope that you watching, go rockin' these two.
We really sounded like this, Gunna. This beat is disgusting. So that was only 2 minutes and 29 seconds, but it felt like it had so much substance because he just kept going and going with the flow. And if there was anything that had a resemblance to an Argentinian type of sound, it was definitely the background with some similar type of strings when it came to the layers of the sound. So let's listen to track number 2, Gimmick. I'm tempted to listen to the Young Thug track right now, but I'm gonna listen to Gimmick in order.
I told you none of my shit ready. They use the lingo, I'm a
That's facts, they use this lingo. This is a different type of beat right here too.
When I lose this in a scrimmage, 17 to our back was look like law. Feel like that truth blaze of that end in the fall. The work for like haters. You look out cause you think a blessing involved. Ain't none of this cheap, come from some my drawers. She kissed up. Them in my shoes and my fitted. Them you put both of you critics.
And I thought the first beat was good because of the bass. This is filthy right here. This is next level for sure right here. He's right when he said they be copying my lingo that I invented. Yeah, they definitely do the same with Young Thug, for sure. Young Thug deserves a lot of credit for sure, man. Let's listen to, you know what? Let's listen to Dollaz on My Head. Let's listen to the track with Young Thug, man. I can tell Young Thug is gonna kill this. Yeah, Gunna's been flowing through all these tracks so far. Let's go, Thugger. What a great combination, man. These two never disappoint when it comes to a track together. Young Thug. And I'm still gonna be honest because I still feel like Gunna was the standout part of that track because Young Thug had a great verse for sure. His addition was great, but still, Gunna just keeps flowing throughout these tracks like it's too easy for him. Like he's going crazy with these type of flows right here. This beat selection right here has been great. I like the production so far for sure. So I'm not sure how you say this right here. MOTW, third track. For some reason the beat makes me think about Hot. World War 6. Haven't even had World War 3. I honestly don't know what to say at this point because it feels like every track so far he's just been flowing too easily. I think the one that has stuck with me the most, the line so far, is definitely when he said on the previous track that they be copying or stealing, if I'm not mistaken, is what he said, his lingo that he invented. Take Keith is right here. Referencing Miley Cyrus right here. So another instrumental that I do enjoy, but I still would say this might be the weaker one for me because the other ones just sound so great to me. The production right there. And the hook right here, even though I do enjoy it, I still might say I enjoy much more the tracks that I listened to previously. The track with Young Thug, Gimmick in Argentina was definitely a great track, man. Addy's featuring Nietzsche. This Nietzsche right here. Nietzsche actually had a good flow right here too. So the one thing that I will say about this track is the chorus gets a bit repetitive given the many times that he says edit, 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 edit. But for the rest of the track, I did enjoy the verses a lot. I still actually felt like Nietzsche might have had the best verse on this track. Still Gunna had a very good verse, but Nietzsche actually had a very good flow on this track for sure. Next track's gonna be Skybox. I did listen to this like 2 times. I did see the video, but let's play it one more time, man, because yeah, it's not, I haven't listened to it many times. Yeah, this is a great part right here. And I like how his voice switches up a bit more right here. To me, when it comes to Gunna, I just like the consistency he has with his flow because he can dominate any type of beat like that has this type of pacing. Like, he's just very, very good with his voice for this type of instrumental. What I do like more about this track is the fact that he actually switches a bit more the cadence on his voice to a different type of tone, not just having the same. Let's see how one is going to be. Title track for the album. Let's see how this one is going to be. Hopefully it's a very good track, given it's the name of the project. Lil Baby's after this. Money, damn, that beat right there. Yeah, this is actually catchy right here. Yeah, that was way too effortless for him right there. Yeah, that was way too easy for him. Again, he just keeps going with this flow right here, and it's not gonna ever sound bad. You get my point? It's just gonna be to the point where some other tracks might sound, might sound better. Like when it comes to the chorus, comparing those 2 tracks, the Addy repeated multiple times is not as enticing for me to listen to. But when it comes to this WUNNA track, even though it sounds like a very simple pattern, he's saying different words. And of course, that's good enough to make it sound catchy and actually enjoyable to the ear. You got me annoyed. Double part of yours, so I pull up in the door. Travel like a tourist, had to fly the boy. We ain't gonna play, you with it in your short. Smoking like a train, you can smell it in my pores. Shorts, gonna spit venom, you can hear it in his voice. Try me and I kill him, I didn't really have a choice. You can hear the money in my voice. Face the door in 2020, I ain't have a choice. I'm going in, all you gotta do is court. Niggas acting like bitches, I keep shit quiet. For sure. Gunna and Baby have a very similar cadence. Yeah. I might give the edge to Lil Baby right there, but those were 2 good verses right there. The flow. Gunna was much more aggressive right here on this track compared to other tracks where his tone is much more smooth and laid back. Maybe it's the fact that Lil Baby's on the track. I mean, that could be a possibility, but yeah, that was a good track for sure. Rockstar Bikers and Chains. This already has some rock elements right here.
Once I like buckles and chains, 1 carat drill in my fame. Looking with talent. My new bitch, I got you that been in the package. She's sexy and so charismatic. Keep on my baby. I'm a rock star and the god of the fashion. Can see you, he like the deflection. Drip on my main. Other can drip me and wait. I got more woods than a slave.
So you can tell the beat has that rock influence for sure, with the type of sounds it has throughout the entire instrumental. But when it comes to this track, I feel like I do enjoy the flow he has more than the beat. I didn't really vibe with the sound overall. He even did a double entendre, which was a bit like unexpected for me, just the way he said I have more whips than a slave. I wasn't really expecting like that type of reference like that, like double meaning, if you want to say it like that. But yeah, this was a very good flow once again. Gunna just keeps dominating his flows. Surprisingly, an instance where I don't enjoy the beat as much, maybe just trying to go for that experimental type of sound in the rock element, didn't really just vibe with me.
I beat down her walls, she skied on that shit. She kissing my balls, we speedy in a bit. Don't stop on the laws. You know I don't crash, I just stay in my lane. You don't compare, but cause we not the same. Fuck this shit went to her brain. She know I'm a beast and ain't easy to tame.
He killing this track, man. Yeah, Gunna getting explicit right here. This a hit for sure, this a hit. Yeah. That's one of his better flows so far at the latter part on the second half of the project for sure. It's 18 tracks. Yeah, that was a very, very good flow. He keeps doing it, but he's dominating in a different sense here because his tone is a bit higher. Again, you know, he likes a lot to go for that lower type of tone, but right here he goes. If we go to the Young Thug scale, if we want to say it like that, you know, he goes for a very high type of tone and Gunna goes for the lower type of tone. He's kind of in the middle right here with Met Gala. But yeah, I like the sound and just the way he kept going with this melodic flow right here. So another explicit title right here, Nasty Girl on Camera. Is she nasty? Is she nasty?
She freaking from the back.
Freaking for sure.
She don't wanna say when I speak. She never wanna see. Fucking on your wife because she like to move creep. Digging in nobody, got her busting on the sheets.
Every Nasty Girl's an IG for sure, that's a given.
Girl, yeah. She's dripping in crazy girls. About to shoot and they pearl. Fucking through the week. I'm never spending time and she ain't never taking deep.
Now he going faster right here.
She got a baby breaking and it didn't come from me.
This on Camera right here, I guess.
She wanna suck it on camera. These little boys I'm on Amazon. I talk to that hoe when I'm out. She say she wanna fuck on the camera. She flew from Atlanta. She easy to handle. What's right when I met her? What to tell her?
This is good, but the Nasty Girl part is better. Between Nasty Girl and On Camera, I definitely enjoy the first part much more. I think he even did a reference of talking about them being on Instagram. But I did say that because, let's be honest, you can find any type of person on Instagram, but for sure, you're gonna find the thotties. That's for sure. That's a given. But I'm not saying like you won't find great people, because you definitely meet great people. I've talked to many great females, great women on Instagram for sure. But yeah, let's just say I do enjoy Nasty Girl much more than On Camera right here. Next track's gonna have Roddy Ricch. I definitely want to listen to this combination right here. Cooler Than a Bitch. Let's see how this is gonna be right here, my guy. This type of beat is for Roddy too.
Trying to give me no neck, she had to get up. Backing on the dick, little shawty give me bread, I almost crashed the whip.
Best feature right here, best feature. Roddy's feature wasn't even that long, but yeah, this was definitely the best feature so far. I just like the way Roddy Ricch sounds on the beat anytime, honestly, because once again, he has a very unique type of voice, the same way somebody like Gunna can just be consistent with that type of sound. Roddy Ricch, he could just go for such a unique tone and a unique type of melody. Like with the box, he sounds different, but not to the point where you don't recognize him if you would listen to this track first, is what I'm trying to say. Like, his sound is unique. Then you have that track with Mustard, Ballin'. He sounds a lot more different than right here on Cooler Than a Bitch and then in the Box, which is his biggest hit right there, but he sounds great still. I would say even though the Box had like this sort of, how do you even say it? It's bound to happen at this point because everybody's like, people are still using TikTok, you get it? Even though I don't use it, I recognize people use it a lot. But yeah, like people just started doing a lot of stuff with the track, but I enjoy that track a lot. The Box still, even though it's one of those tracks that people just kept overplaying it. So I like the reference to Larry Bird balling like him, but then he said something like, they're trying to milk me like I'm dairy. Like, what? That sounds kind of crazy. Pause. I think he's trying to say that when it comes to his label, maybe him trying to do something, maybe them trying to force him to do too many tracks and him not wanting to do it. I definitely hope this was the direction he wanted to go into, because as we see so many times, when you sign to a label and it's your sophomore album, they give you they expect so much from you, so they want you to do so good that they put way too many tracks to guarantee a lot of streams, but at the same time they don't think about the artistry, how you actually want to proceed with your project. And that's the most important part, to be honest, man. If you want it to sound good, you just have to actually follow what you want to do, not just the monetary side of it. Illiterate. That's very interesting that he did say that most of these people are illiterate when it comes to the rapping game. And that makes me think, because I'm somebody that listens to every single type of hip-hop. Shit from even Griselda at this point to Travis, to Gunna, to Lil Baby, to J. Cole, to Kendrick. And I'm wondering if somebody like a Cole or like a Kendrick would view him as one of these, and I hate this term because I love Gunna too. I love his music, but people like want to use this whole mumble rap thing, and I think they use it more for the lows. But I'm wondering if like these other old school rappers, maybe not even the Kendricks and the Coles, people from the 90s will look at this and be like, is this the quote unquote illiterate rapper? He's just not really saying anything. He's just doing melodies. Which I don't agree with, by the way. And I'm not trying to say every old school rapper says that, because I know there's a lot of people that appreciate every single type of hip hop. But that's interesting that he says that, given that I feel like some people, old school, might categorize him as being that. Top Floor, Travis feature right here. You're getting the high vocal tones from Travis right here. We fought on a boat, I'm a pirate. Admit it, I know you admire me. Come on, Travis. Juggle the beats, I juggle the fame, and I gobble the pain when I swallow the drink. Hotline, turn the pipeline to a lifeline. Even though it was kind of a repetition of his verse at the start, the one they put at the end for Travis Scott, I still enjoyed it because I feel like he could just go for any single type of thing to say on a track. He's going to make it sound good with the autotune. Yeah, Travis is just great when it comes to that. For some reason, I thought about that meme where he says, now where he's doing a live concert, and for some reason the autotune doesn't work, and it sounds like he's even moaning or some shit. I think it was a meme like that, right? Yeah, that was very funny, bro. The way it just sounded was like, it threw me off, like pause, but that shit was like funny too either way. Billie Jean. That was probably his fastest verse right here. Man, I keep wanting to play the tracks with Young Thug far as the last one, but I'm gonna leave it for the last part, man. And then I'll give my overall thoughts right here. I'm just saying you could do better.
pussy getting wetter, pussy getting wetter. I gotta be the same, I gotta
Never be the same.
I can be the one that calls them Joe.
No way you could be the same after fame for sure. That's why Gunna's enjoying every moment. Only one life for sure. Yeah, the Travis Scott feature is definitely not the best, I would say, because it was a repetition at the last part. Roddy Ricch to me was the best one. Okay, so that was a good feature. I don't know if I like it more than the first one with Young Thug, but he definitely went for much higher tones right here, for much of more of that, how do you say, like extravagant type of sound with his voice. You know, it's not even, I can't even describe it as singing because it feels like a different type of experimental manipulation, if you want to put it that way. The way Young Thug can just make his voice sound like that and be sounding good at the same time. I'm gonna say my favorite tracks, man, I have to put that Cooler Than a Bitch featuring Roddy Ricch. Bars, for sure, for sure. Met Gala was a great song. Top Floor is good because Travis sounds good automatically on this type of beat, but I'm not gonna say it's one of my favorites. I'm gonna say Cooler Than a Bitch. I'm gonna say Met Gala. I'm gonna say Argentina. And that second track, what was the name of the second track? Gimmick. So I'm gonna put Gimmick number 1. Yeah, that beat was crazy. Argentina, should I say? I'm gonna put Cooler Than a Bitch and then the other one. Number 5. Which one would be the last one? I might put that track with, damn, Dollaz on my head. Yeah, because it's Young Thug right there. So yeah, that would be it. Top 5 right there. Let me know down below in the comment section if you agree. For the most part, Gunna always keeps it consistent when it comes to this type of music. He's always going to give you this type of sound that you can enjoy, you can vibe to. Sometimes he's going to have a bit of a lower tone, you know, like the tone he usually uses. But sometimes he could go for like that mid-range right there. You know, that's his type of shot right there, like DeMar DeRozan type of shit. Like, he's not going to go for that high type of tone like a Young Thug would try to do or would execute for sure, but he could also at least go for that mid-range right there. But yeah, that's gonna be it, man. Subscribe for some other videos. Very good production right here. When Gunna is just consistent with his flow, he sounds great. Some tracks are better than others when it comes to the substance, of course, but for the most part, you know what you're gonna get right here, and I enjoy it. Just vibing to it. I'm definitely gonna put a lot of these tracks on my car.